All right, so I came across this article right here. Actually, both of these articles. Apparently, and Kotaku did report on this, apparently Ubisoft is trying to introduce NFTs to gaming. The company has been experimenting with inserting NFTs into gaming culture, into the industry. And they're not the only ones. Atari is also doing the same thing. Theirs accidentally launched, it was leaked basically. And so I want to go over exactly what NFTs are and why NFTs are harmful to gaming culture, why they're harmful to the industry. So basically, an NFT stands for non-fungible token. And what they are, they're basically a transaction that uses a blockchain that gives someone ownership of a digital item. So a company can release an item digitally, and you can essentially pay for that item using like Bitcoin or something like that, some kind of cryptocurrency, and you can purchase ownership of that digital item. That digital item can range from just about anything from music to a video clip to a photograph, a piece of artwork or something like that. And of course, now in-game items. The tricky thing about NFTs, though, and why they're not really recommended right now that anyone purchase NFTs, even though they're becoming increasingly popular, is for really two reasons. One, when you purchase an NFT, you don't actually own the intellectual property of that NFT, of that digital item, nor do you own the copyright that goes with that digital item. The original owner of the digital item that you purchase, they retain the ownership of the copyright and the intellectual property. So even though you're the owner, really the only thing that you can do with your digital item is either keep it for yourself or sell it to someone else for a specific price. And because you don't own the intellectual property and you don't own the copyright, whoever the original owner is, they will earn a percentage of the sale for that digital item should you choose to sell it to somebody else. You can also give away your digital item for free, but why the hell would anyone do that is beyond me. And so, in the case of gaming culture, the industry at large, Ubisoft has created a helmet, this right here, for Ghost Recon, some kind of Ghost Recon game. And apparently the Ghost Recon game wasn't even really that good. I don't know. I don't play Ghost Recon, so I can't speak on that franchise. But basically what they've done is they've created a mask. In order to get the mask, Ubisoft is giving away this digital item for free. But you're required to play 600 hours of the game in order to receive it. For the players that do receive that item, they can then choose to keep it for themselves or sell it to somebody else for a sale price. And as this person has reported right here on Twitter, I believe this is on Twitter, Ubisoft's FAQ says it will get a percentage cut of sale value in some cases. Yeah, so that's very shady right there. So basically, Ubisoft will make a percentage of sales from people who earn this digital item from any NFTs that are sold thereafter. And thereby, this is the problem right here. This is another form of monetization, albeit a more shady one, because the other major issue with NFTs is that they're not really monitored, and so it's very easy to run into scams. They're a fairly new thing, and anyone can alter a digital item so it can be resold again. So there's no guarantee that when you buy a digital item, when you purchase an NFT, that you're going to be the sole owner of that digital item, because the original owner they can alter a digital item, they can alter the pixel of a photo or whatever, and then resell that item or that part, that specific part of that item that they've changed, and they can resell that for probably thousands of dollars. depending on what it is they're selling. So NFTs are, they're not good all the way around. They're very prominent in the art world, in the art industry. And NFTs being introduced to gaming is just, this would be another nail in the coffin, basically, if this is allowed to persist. If Ubisoft is allowed to get away with this, other companies are going to follow suit and basically follow in their footsteps. And Atari has done basically the same thing. They have created some kind of casino metaverse where there's going to be 100 million NFTs. So just an endless amount of NFTs, and people can go and buy whatever digital items or characters or personal cosmetic items or whatever and start selling them off to other people. So it essentially turns into just that, a large casino. Gambling. It's another form of gambling. And this goes back to what the issue was when gaming was introduced to microtransactions and loot boxes. It's just another form of gambling, and it's not a healthy way to introduce gaming to younger players, to new generations. Like I said, if this is allowed to continue, I'm just not going to be gaming in the next few years if this is allowed to persist. And as far as the response to this goes, gamers in general have taken up public spaces or whatever on different social media and different media sites in general, like YouTube, and have voiced their opinions with Ubisoft trying to introduce NFTs to gaming. And yeah, it's not a very popular announcement. As much as I fucking can't stand the gaming community, it does feel good to know that there's enough people out there that understand what would happen if NFTs become a mainstay in the industry. Just the same as DLC is now a mainstay. Just the same as microtransactions in loot boxes are now a mainstay. It is not a good thing for NFTs to be introduced into this industry. It's just not good. It's another way for publishers to introduce digital and cosmetic items that should already be available in the games that they were made for. So that's basically the story right there. NFTs are definitely not good for gaming culture, and it's not good for the industry at large. And in general, you should stay away from NFTs. Having fake ownership of a digital item doesn't really make any sense, regardless of the industry. Because again, when you buy an NFT, when you purchase an NFT, you don't actually really own the legal rights to that item. You don't own the copyright, nor do you own anything related to the intellectual property that's related to that item. So it makes no sense to spend thousands of dollars on a photo and you're not the original owner. It really doesn't make any sense. It's just a waste of money, and it makes you look stupid. But feel free to comment about this story in NFT culture in general. I'm curious to know what the community's thoughts are with this issue.